guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. We're back here at Dream Giveaway Garage, and boy, oh boy, do I have one type of a dream vehicle for you. It's this right here. This is it. This is a 2004 Dodge Ram SRT-10 truck. Yes, this is the Viper powered truck. But before we get into this 10-cylinder manual transmission, rear-wheel drive beast of a truck, let's talk about what's going on here. Trucks. Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, they were mostly used for doing work on a farm, in construction, those types of things. Boy, have those times changed over the years. And now trucks really are super versatile to do lots of different things and do them very well. Now, in the late 1990s into the early 2000s, the truck scene was getting a little feisty. You had Ford with the Lightning. You've always had Chevy with that 454 SS. Well, guess what? Dodge with their Ram pickup trucks, because remember, back then, it was Dodge Ram trucks, not just Ram trucks. That didn't change until the 2000s. So something to think about there. But when Dodge decided with their Ram truck lineup that they wanted to bring performance and go up against the Lightning, when I say Lightning, let's get this right. We're not talking about that EV Lightning that's built today. We're talking about the V8 powered Lightning. They decided, you know what? If we're gonna do performance, why not take the engine out of the Viper and put it into a Dodge Ram truck? And that was the birth of the SRT-10. So what I want to find out is, today you could buy performance very easily, the RAM TRX. Of course, you got the Ford Raptor and the Raptor R, and even the regular naturally aspirated trucks, for example, like the Silverado ZR2, are putting out 460 horsepower or so. What I want to find out though is, if you're looking for that iconic performance truck, should you be tracking one of these SRT-10s down? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our silver bullet of an SRT-10 and find out. Right off the bat, the dimensions, the proportions. I'm very happy to say that Dream Giveaway Garage tracked down a single cab. You could get this with 4 doors, or you could get that 2-door single cab version. I'm all about the single cab. It seems to be a style of truck that just does not exist very often in today's market. And obviously it's gonna be a bit of a weight saver without having that rear seat. Now up front, you're gonna get what the style was back in 2004. So remember, balance that with what you're seeing with this truck if you've never seen one before. So this is the style of headlight housing back in 2004, no fancy LED headlights. And I remember when I was younger, always seeing that Dodge did something a little different with their Ram trucks, especially like you can see with that headlight housing and the top of the bumper that separated them from the Ford trucks and the Chevys and the GMCs. Now, working your way down, this whole lower bumper is specific to the SRT-10. So you're gonna have ginormous round fog lamps. And then as we come across the front grille, it's all about large, but it's also all about functionality. This whole top section with the chrome horizontal slots is gonna bring nice cool air for that massive V10 engine. I wish they would have done like black chrome or just some anodized silver or something like that, rather than the chrome finish. It just doesn't seem sporty being chrome, but definitely the double painted on stripes from front to back look phenomenal. On this lower portion, like I said, the whole lower bumper, unique to the SRT-10, tons of functionality. Love the way this lower lip extends, because I'm telling you, when it comes to performance, this truck can do it, and it needs the downforce and it needs the cooling because of all the heat that that V10 produces. Now, when we get up onto the hood, there it is. Lock your horns. That's the Ram logo that we know today. And then, of course, if we're gonna have anything that's powered by a Viper engine, we need to have a hood scoop. Functional, ginormous, stupendous hood scoop with those black racing stripes. I'm gonna have Steven kind of curve around and show you that badge that they put there that says Viper powered. So this truck is not really called the Viper truck. It's called the Ram SRT-10, but it's got the Viper power plant underneath it. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, how many of these they make? This is one of just 698 examples. Crazy. Now, as we come around the bend, we got some bling, bling, blinging wheels, and they're ginormous. So we have these hand polished aluminum. They're not chrome because First of all, chrome would be shinier. Second of all, chrome would weigh more. So I'm glad they didn't do chrome wheels. You got these hand-polished aluminum wheels, nice size. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of these wheels? 22 inches back in 2004. I'm gonna have Steven kind of zoom in, show you these rotors that are over 15 inches in diameter. At this time period, they didn't have massive Brembo brakes that they were putting on everything, but you do have a large brake caliper, just not some 6-piston Brembo caliper, which obviously would look phenomenal and perform phenomenally, but it still is gonna give you some great braking capability. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this tire? 305s up front, 40 series sidewall, no flat black, no stupid plastic. Looks spectacular. Now coming down the side, we do have a chrome badge. I wish that this was silver or black other than chrome. Ram SRT-10. You do have flat black on the mirror caps, which I'm gonna zonk. I mean, for this kind of money back then, this should be all silver. But there's our single cab. You get the additional body work on the side of the truck. This bottom portion is unique to the SRT-10. And then as we come towards the rear, just like up front, check it out, 22-inch wheel, looking good, 305s all 4 corners. That's a lot of meat to meet the road, and we need that meat, that rubber, to get the traction. Now, as we come to the back of the bed, I love the performance rear bed stripe with the Viper logo, SRT-10. This is the factory installed spoiler. So this isn't something that somebody bought from a J.C. Whitney catalog. This is the wing, the spoiler, directly from Dodge and Ram. And I like the way they brought the stripes up on top of it and then back down the tailgate. And this rear tailgate, super clean, just says SRT-10. And then take a look at our dual exhaust on one side, gonna let that V10 sing nicely. And I like the way it's just a nice round cut, little bit of a slash, stainless steel tips. And then of course, if you have a truck, do you get the functionality? Of course you do. No soft release or anything like that. You lower it down, you get your full bed liner. Use this to do some truck stuff, but boy, oh boy, what you could haul in this thing is the mail. Close it up, but why don't we go ahead, I wanna introduce you, I wanna pop the hood and introduce you to the heart of this SRT-10 truck. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, time to get underneath the hood with that massive hood scoop. You just push the release in the center, lift it up, the whole front grille and everything rises. Let me introduce you to one of the sexiest looking engines in all of the automotive industry. 10-cylinder, love the intake plenum, those bright red valve covers with the Viper name on it. What do we got? We got an 8.3 liter. That means it's 506 cubic inches of V10 power. It produces 500 horsepower, 525 pound-feet of torque. It is mated hours to a 6-speed manual transmission, but you can also get a 4-speed automatic. 0 to 60, if you know how to do the dance, 5.3 seconds, top speed 147 miles an hour. The truck can tow 7,500 pounds. So if you have a Viper, you could tow your Viper with the Viper truck. The truck itself weighs 5,618 pounds. And if you want to know MPGs, you're probably going to want to plug your ears. And if this is going to bother you, you need to find yourself a Ford Maverick hybrid truck if this is going to upset you. MPGs in the city, 9. That's it. But why don't we go ahead, let's see what the sacrifice of all the MPGs give us when we hear the roar of that mighty V10. All right, guys, we're inside this 2004 Dodge Ram SRT-10. Interesting to think that now we just call Ram trucks Rams. Dodge and Ram, the names at least, are separate. But I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, how much was this truck back in 2004? Well, first of all, remember, at Dream Giveaway Garage, you have a chance to win this truck. And if you spend $25 more and use the Ladies Rise promo code, You get double the chances of giveaway wins. And remember, I don't get paid to say that. They don't pay me to do that. They just want to show support to the Radies Rides family. But back in 2004, depending on how you option this truck, it started at around $54,000, which by today's money doesn't seem like a lot. But remember, we're talking about almost 20 years ago. Let's see what you got back in 2004 and how this is so much different from something like a RAM TRX. To the door panels, you'll notice a lot of simplicity and a lot of hard plastic. Now, up top it is soft. I do like the way they brought the silver into the interior, some of the outside color inside. You'll notice up in the left-hand corner, the Infinity Premium sound system. But the rest of the door panel is fairly hard plastic. You do have a bottle holder on the back for a nice large bottle of Gatorade. And check out the door pocket. You could put not one, not two, but 3 Jersey Mike subs in there with no problem. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, hard plastic, not like the Ram trucks we know today, but I love the SRT-10 badge, letting us know that we have that 10-cylinder Viper motor. You do have the ability to turn on and off the passenger side airbag. That's how things were in the early 2000s. And then this is your infotainment system. Not a lot of info, not a lot of entertainment, but you got your AM, you got your FM, and that's it. You do have, though, what's incredible is dual climate control for the driver and the passenger. Simple AC controls, of course. Dodge and Ram and SRT are about Twinkies. You got your drag strip Twinkies. 8 of them will fit in here. Down below, we got more Twinkie volume, or you could put an Einstein bagel in there with an extra smear of cream cheese. You do have a nice place to put your Mentos, the fresh maker. You have a 12 volt and another 12 volt. So cigarette lighter, in case you do that kind of thing, and your standard 12 volt. Down below, you have a place to put your Planters peanuts, go salted or honey roasted, it doesn't matter. 2 cup holders, but this is where the magic happens. Now, you can get a 4-speed automatic, like I said, but this is the magical one. This is your 6-speed short throw from the Viper with your Hurst shifter, and this has definitely got to be one of the longest shift levers in God's creation in the auto industry. But really nice short throws, precise engagement, really digging it. Now, you'll notice that there's really not much going on with the center console lid, but this isn't a lid. Check it out. You actually have the ability to fit 3 across, almost like an old bench seat. We do have an issue of truck trend back from 2004 with the truck, this one on the cover. And then the great news is, showing their know-how and their engineering about interiors, Ram decided to, watch this, boom. Now you have a great assortment of places to put your garbage pail kids, your baseball cards, and your football cards, all collectibles, and they give you another 12 volts. So they really got you covered there. But I like the way you could put all your garbage pail kids, atom bomb, ray gun, the whole shabam in there. And then the seats. You got the SRT-10 embroidery, Alcantara, nice bolstering, manual adjustments for the passenger. I have some power adjustments for the driver. And then you'll notice in the back, you do have this Infinity sound system that is even in the back portion behind the seats. But why don't you come over here at the business end? I got plenty of room, but I also want to show you the gauges behind the wheel of this Ram SRT-10. Right, guys, business time behind the wheel of this SRT-10. We don't have no stinking automatic. We got the triple pedals, nice large aluminum pedals, throttle, brake, and clutch. And check this out, power adjustable. So you can move them farther forward, or you could bring them back. That was high tech in 2004. We also have our seat controls. Most of it are electric. And then you have a little bit of a manual adjustment for the lower lumbar. I got plenty of room, but then you also have the steering wheel, not the sexiest. It is leather wrapped, but that horn button is just very dated and very boring. thumb controls for your cruise control, manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and then you'll notice that we have an auxiliary oil temp SRT gauge, and then behind the wheel we have all of our SRT-10 gauges, white-faced, all the important stuff, easy to read, and nothing else that you don't need. The great news is there's no back seat, so if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle in this SRT-10. All right, guys, we are in this 2004 Dodge Ram SRT-10. If you're ready, I'm ready. Second gear, on throttle. Yeah! This thing pulls all the way to red line. Absolutely love the sound, and I love the action of this hurst shifter in this freaking SRT-10. Are you ready? We're gonna do it again. On throttle, second gear, just pulls this, 4,000, 5,000. Yeah! It's just one of those types of vehicles that is from an era that has gone bye-bye. And even though we have high-performance trucks today, there's just something very raw, something very visceral, especially the fact that we have a freaking 6-speed manual transmission in a truck that has 500 horsepower. Seats are comfy, gauges are easy to read. Yes, everything in here is dated, but like I said, it's almost 20 years old. The AC, I know this is gonna sound funny, we never talk about this, the AC blows very cold in here. And what's wonderful is that it's barely broken in. It's got 6,600 miles. Somebody parked this in their garage and wiped it with a baby diaper. Seeing that nice bulge, everybody wants a bulge, the bigger the better, right? It's got a nice bulge with a functional hood scoop. And then looking out the back window, because we're in a single cab, I see that big old wing with the stripes, and I get to see everything very clearly. There's really no blind spots in this truck, which is nice. But it idles great, stays perfect temperature, 200 degrees. You got lots of places for storage, Twinkies, all sorts of snacks. But then you got the goods when the light turns green and nobody's around to let her rip. All right, guys, here we go. We got to do some on throttle. You know how that works. First gear, on throttle. Here we go. Yeah! Ah! Love that sound. I'm telling you right now, it's such a pure feeling in here because you're getting the vibration of that V10. You're definitely hearing it out the exhaust. And for a truck that is no spring chicken, it actually handles and rides really, really well. The gearbox is a pleasure to road through. Absolutely adore this gearbox. And the shift lever, it makes me live out my childhood days of driving a 18-wheeler with a big old shift lever because that's how tall this thing is. Second gear, on throttle. Yeah! Each engagement is so crisp, and just the downshifts are absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Look at this, second gear. On throttle! Oh my God. This truck makes me want even more a Viper. I want a Viper so very badly. It's like sometimes I go to bed and I'm like, I could do without a Viper. I don't need it. But then I hear the V10 and it doesn't sound like a V10 out of a Lamborghini or an Audi. To me, it sounds more beefy, not so much like high squeal. And I really love that. And the fact that it's underneath that freaking beefy hood, God damn. And the manual transmission is what makes this whole thing just come alive. If you get this truck with an automatic or with the 4 doors, I might think that there's something wrong with you. I'll be honest, and I'm not trying to be mean, but whit-faced. I mean, this is why I love cars so much. It's things like this. And yes, this isn't a car, it's a truck. But how it's making me feel right now, not many vehicles make me feel this way. Especially when you think about all the vehicles that I drive, new, old, and everything in between. And yes, like I said, I know RAM TRX will be faster, you know, Ford Lightning, the electric one will be quicker and all that garbage. There's just something unique about this whole experience. And I absolutely just love every second of it. On throttle! The pops, the bangs, and what's awesome is none of it is artificial. It's not like they're tuning the engine to make pops and bangs, or they're tuning the speakers to make it sound like a V10. It is a V10, and that's what it sounds like. But you know what? I need to get back to Dream Giveaway Garage because I'm probably gonna take this truck home and Lori's gonna kill me. So I don't want to do it, but just like all other good things, this one has to come to an end. So hopefully you've enjoyed the on throttle action. We're gonna get back to Dream Giveaway Garage and wrap it up. I'll see you in a split second. Guys, it's been one of those freaking crazy kind of days. You never know what's gonna happen, and you're never gonna know what we track down here on Rady's Rides. I gotta thank Ryan, Lori, Chris, and the rest of the Dream Giveaway Garage crew for not only finding this cream puff of an SRT-10, but also allowing us to get behind the wheel and go on throttle. But let me know what you think. Is this the best of the best? Is it the best one ever built if you want a true performance truck? Or are you gonna go with one of the new technology marvels, RAM TRX, Ford Raptor R, so on and so forth? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. We need to give it up, Stephen Flood. Stephen Flood Photography, working that camera like a champ. He is really loving the size of that shift lever, and that's why they call him Tripod, because it reminds him of himself. So show him some love in that comment section. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.